Today is a huge day for us here at Gears and Tech. We finally get rid of this, which is our Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, with a lot of things that I hate, and we will be replacing it with this. The brand new Google Pixel 7 Pro. And like most of the products that we review on this channel, we have purchased this with our own personal money, so I am extremely invested in this product. Google didn't just send this to me to do a review, so obviously I chose this phone. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about why I picked this phone. We'll do a quick unboxing, and we'll talk about the features of this phone so that you can try to decide if this is the right phone for you. You'll also notice that I have a couple other accessories here. So I've purchased a case and a screen protector, which we will apply and go over with somewhat of a review. But since these products are not cheap, I do hope you will help support this channel by giving us a thumbs up and comment, and maybe even consider subscribing. Also, if you're thinking about purchasing maybe a Google Pixel Pro or any accessories for your phone, please consider using the sponsored Amazon links down below, because it does help the channel out a little bit to recover some of the cost of what it takes to make these videos. So with that out of the way, the first thing I want to do is open this up and see what this looks like, because I have not even touched one of these in real life. So the first thing we're going to do is open this up. So I'm going to just slice, actually, it's got these neat little pull tabs here. I was all ready to use this to slice it open, but it turns out I don't need it. So you just pull this. Oh yeah, there's one, and then that one. Yeah, that's so satisfying, hey? Okay, and then we'll go like this. Boom. Look at that. Now, immediately you're going to notice the smudge magnet, for lack of a better term, on the back of this thing. It's already got, like, it's brand new to me, and it's already got some dust on it and stuff. Let's lift that up. That's kind of cool. So it's got a little cardboard cover that goes over the screen that tells you here's the power button, here's your volume up and down button, your USB-C in the bottom, and on the side, well, that's the SIM tray, okay? And a thumbprint reader underneath the screen. So we'll peel that off. Oh yeah. I'm gonna keep that. I keep all this kind of stuff. I'm gonna keep those. So this obviously is the phone. The design of it is really neat. This being the Pro model, it's a little bit bigger than the non-Pro model. And we will talk about why I went with the Pro and not the just regular 7, but let's turn this on. While that's booting up, let's look at what else is in the box here. We have, actually this is pretty nice. It has a USB-A adapter. I don't know why they gave me this, because I need a USB-C charger for that. And what else is in here? Let's see. Does this have a SIM popping tool in here? Ah, it does. It has a tiny little SIM popping tool there, which gets cuter every year. A little bit weirder design. There, you can see it there. And a little manual, and a more in-depth manual with English that tells you that there's a laser in here. Does anyone really read these manuals? I don't know. So this is really everything that's in here. I'm gonna put this over here. Like that. We're gonna do a quick setup of this, and then I'll talk about what it does. So let's say get started, download a SIM instead. Ooh, so if you have a SIM card, insert it now, or download a SIM instead, adding a number using SIM. I'm not gonna do either, and I'm gonna set up offline for now, and we'll leave it at Eastern time. We'll say yes, accept, yes. I'm gonna skip the pin, we'll skip that. Getting your phone ready. This may take a few minutes. Oh, no, it didn't. Let's skip that. You are all set. Swipe to go home. And there we have it. That is the home screen on the brand new Pixel Pro. So this is running Android OS 13, which is the first official phone to support Android 13. More phones will come out with this in the future. We will be doing a full review of my Android 13 impressions, so I'm not gonna cover that in this video. Today, I just wanted to do a quick unboxing, show you guys what's in here, show you guys the phone, and then let's talk about the features. So this has the Google Tensor G2 chip on it. It has a 6.7-inch QHD Plus OLED screen running at 120 Hz, so it has super smooth transitions and effects, and it looks crisp and sharp. The screen does have a slight roll over the edges, so it is still a curved screen. However, it is less curved than the Google Pixel 6 Pro, which was a little bit too curved. And when I compare it to my S10 Plus, the S10 Plus has more of a curve than this, which I am not a fan of the curved screens. I wish that this was a flat screen. I don't like curved, but I'll get into why I was willing to look past that as we get through the other features of this phone. This one has 12 gigabytes of RAM. I did opt for the 128 gigabyte of storage, mostly because that's all that was available when I went to order it. So you get what you get kind of deal. It has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, which for a phone of this size is about average now. You could probably try to squeeze a little bit bigger battery in here, get a little bit more battery life. You should be able to get through at least a day. It has super quick charge capabilities, so you can get most of the charge that you need for the day in 30 minutes. It has one USB-C port on the bottom. Coming around to the side, we have the SIM card port. So it's got a single SIM tray. There is no expandability. So whatever you have for storage is all you have for storage. There's no micro SD slot built into the SIM tray. Coming around to the top, we have an ambient microphone and a curious little window up there, which I don't know what that's for. Coming around the side, we have the power button over here, volume rockers over here, and that's pretty much everything. We've got the speakers out the bottom there. It has a pinhole front camera, which is 10.8 megapixel front camera, which has a wider field of view. So when we open up the camera, let's see, we open up camera, done, and we switch to selfie mode. Here, I'll show you here. I can actually widen this like that. So in selfie mode, you can see it fits a lot in here. So the default is 1x, and I think you can see that there. If I hold it like that, you can see me. So it's a 1x, but if I go like this, it'll zoom out and then try and then fit a lot more in. So when I go like this, I can actually fit a ton in there. If I go like this, you guys can see. There's my selfie mode. You can fit tons in there, a lot in there. That's one of the things that is great about this camera that I really liked. If we switch to the rear camera, we have a 50 megapixel wide. So I should be able to like super zoom into that, which it looks like I can. And then we have a 12 megapixel ultra wide, which fits a lot in. And then we still have different zoom levels. We also have a 48 megapixel telephoto lens, which has a 5x optical zoom. Now, I know a lot of people are wondering, well, what's the difference between optical zoom and digital zoom? I'm gonna explain it, but I'm gonna try and get a shot here. You can see in here, I don't know if you can see in there, but inside here, there's actually a lens, and that lens physically moves to create a zoom effect on that camera. The reason why you want to use an actual physical zoom versus a digital zoom is that the physical zoom is actually adjusting the focal length to create that zoom, whereas a digital zoom really just crops in on the picture and then blows it up. And as you may have learned, or a lot of people have learned, cropping into a picture and then blowing it up makes a grainy picture. This has like a 30x zoom. Let me see. It's got a 30x zoom. It's only letting me go to 20. There we go. 30x zoom. So once I get to 30x, it gets grainy, but then it cleans the graininess up so that it actually makes a pretty good picture at 30x. So this will allow me to take some shots of like the moon or landscapes far away without having to hike a mountain to get to them. So I'm really excited to try that out, and you can look for my in-depth review of the camera on this phone in a separate video. So that's gonna be coming up, so you'll wanna subscribe so that you can see that video when it comes out. I've got a lot of things that I wanna test on this phone, but I'm not gonna be able to test it here, obviously, because I'm inside the studio. So today we're just doing a walkthrough. So the other notable features, this has like a 30-watt USB-C charger, up to 23-watt wireless with the Pixel standard, 12-watt wireless with the compatible key chargers, and it has an IP rating of IP68 that is full waterproof up to like 3 meters for 30 minutes or something like that. So I can use this for everyday use without having to worry about it getting wet or dropped in snow or mud or anything like that, which is nice. This will be the first phone that I've had that supports all of those features. And then we start talking about stuff like the price. Now that's the big thing that a lot of people have been complaining or wondering about. The price on this is $899 US. I paid just over $1,200 Canadian for it. I did buy it through Amazon, and I got a link in the description if you want to buy one too. The big question though is the Pro worth it? The Pro is about $300 more than just the regular Pixel. Now, for me, there was no question, and that's because if you look, you will notice I have really big thumbs and I have fat fingers. So I find when I'm typing on a phone, the keyboard is too cramped for me to fit my fat thumbs on unless I have a wide screen. So this has a 19.5:9 aspect ratio. That means it's really tall and not quite as wide. The older phones, I know I'm going back a few generations, were a 16:9 standard. That means they weren't quite as tall. So when they were 9 wide in relation to the 16, it actually made for a wider phone, which I really liked. But for whatever reason, people liked taller phones and it made the screens skinnier. So this is one of the biggest screen phones that I can get that have the width that I'm looking for. So a Pixel 7 regular was not really in the cards for me just because it's not wide enough. So the $300 is worth it for that alone. Some of the other features that you get because of that are the extra zoom on the camera, and it also unlocks certain features like picture unblurring and stuff like that. So a lot of it has to do with just the camera and the screen size. If you don't need a good camera and you don't need a wide screen, then the regular Pixel 7 is probably just fine for you. You should also keep in mind that this is a very cheap premium phone. So when you're looking at other phones that are $1,000 or more, or in Canadian dollars, it's like $1,500 or more, this is actually a pretty good value for a premium phone from a reasonably respectable company. Plus it gets you into the Android 13 sooner than any other options. Now I know I told you I would show you these as well, so let's try opening this up and see what we got here. This SIM card thing is, I'm expecting this to be a screen protector. Now I am a little bit worried about the screen protectors because it has the curved screen. These screen protectors are also curved. I wanted to make sure the screen protector sticks on. It looks like this one does, so that's good. It's got the black borders. This is a glass screen protector. I have 2 of them. It should fit right over top, just like that, and hopefully help keep this phone in pristine condition. So I'll apply that later off camera. I don't need to put it on right now. And then I also got a case. Now this case, I'm kind of excited about. Well, there's quite a few cases that you can get. Personally, I prefer a case that is made out of TPU. That means it's still kind of hard, but it's flexible enough that you can just snap the phone right into it. Like that. I've been using these kinds of cases on my phone for a long time and the screen has held up beautifully. So you don't need like this big armor case as long as you're not working like in construction or something. Keeps it safe, it's thin, and the big claim to fame for this is the buttons are still clicky. So you can hear like you've got that tactile feedback for the buttons. So I really like that. We're gonna get the laser engraver and engrave the Gears and Tech logo onto here just because you gotta rep your brand, right? But again, I'll put a link in the description. It was reasonably cheap. It was like, I don't know, $12, $13. So basically, this is the point where I tell you guys that I have a fancy new toy. I'm gonna be daily driving this phone. I will be doing my short-term impressions as well as long-term impressions, and we'll be testing out a lot of the features of this phone specifically, and we'll be doing an in-depth review of Android 13. Those will all be coming out in the short term, so stay tuned to this channel for all of your updates with respect to the Google Pixel Pro and Android 13. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.